Welcome back, everybody, to the League of Legends quarterfinals. I'm Kaylee. I'm with John here today, and we are going to go into Pro Draft in a couple minutes. But first, let's talk about the first game that we just witnessed, where we had an insane Baron steal that nobody expected and nobody was paying attention to, except for our director. So he was the one who had to point it out to us.
I think literally from like the beginning of that game until the end, there were so many times where I was sitting there, like thinking, "What in the world am I watching?"
Genuinely, okay, we know that you. I was just making this point while we were on our break. We know that uOttawa has those kind of weird,
Yeah.
not non-meta picks, but we weren't expecting an Azir top.
I think 3 of them in one game is way too much.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Well, what do you mean 3? Wukong can go jungle.
Well, he can, but like
Well,
it's not.
It was
very
2.
off
It was
meta.
2.
It's off meta.
It was 2.
Okay, fine, 2.
Thank
whatever,
you.
whatever. But still, regardless, like the fact that you're bringing that into a quarterfinals and now you're putting yourself on death's door on elimination, down 1-0 in the series, like, I mean, I guess if you want to try something out, see if it works, great. But I think it is also, you're talking about this too, the fact that when St. Clair played them that first time, they did those unorthodox things and it worked for them against St. Clair. But this time, with St. Clair having a full semester of practice together, having a solid roster, they built, I think they're much more of a challenge for uOttawa, and I think that's why you can't just pick those random stuff and hope it works, because it's not going to.
Well, especially with it being the quarterfinals, I feel like instead of as you said, like they could just be testing something out, but because it's quarterfinals, I feel like that's like that time has passed. You can't really be just picking whatever champions you want to test out to see if they work, when it's like you're playing in a draft in a league that, like, it's the quarterfinals. Like both team comps, they both had their own like good like pros and cons to them. Like St. Clair's team comp, one thing that I kept mentioning is that they're super tanky, and then they also have the Senna heal, so they're able to last in those team fights longer. Where for uOttawa, they just did so much damage early, but for whatever reason, they weren't able to put out that damage early.
Yeah, I think for me, it was just the fact that you had a late game team comp for St. Clair that got ahead early, and once you get the Vigar stack going, once you get that Senna fed, it makes the game so much harder, and it doesn't matter what you're picking, even if it is super meta, you're still gonna really struggle against a late game team that gets ahead early. And I mean, I think for me, they did do a really good job of being able to manage their waves in a way where they could go for a 3-man, 4-man dive top, and they wouldn't suffer that much across the map. They maybe lose like a turret every once in a while, but like they killed Ricky, I think 3 separate times in that game. They only lost, I think, 2 turrets. I think they lost 1 turret for it at one point, and then another turret at another point.
Only lost 2 turrets?
Or no, sorry, no. For those dives, it was uOttawa Garnet that lost their turrets. It was just 1 or 2 turrets, and at that point, when you're down 10k gold, to get a kill and to get some pressure and to get the objective bounty and top turret, I think is worth it to sack one of your own. So I think for me, St. Clair, you had to find more than just getting 1 turret out of 3 or 4 people going top. I think at that point, you try and go for turret dives. You try and get that last person defending that lane and take them down, especially because you have a volley bear. So you have the luxury when you're ahead of using that volley bear to go for those tower dives, try and take more aggressive ganks when you're that far ahead.
Yeah, one thing that we did end up noticing by the end of the game is that St. Clair got a little bit too aggressive at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like that's why we were so like shocked by that last couple, like the last minute, because they were so close to losing that game. Genuinely, I feel like if uOttawa were able to pick up that Baron, they wouldn't have been able to end the game, because we were talking about it during the intermission, if they had that Baron, they could have gotten the faster recall, so they would have been able to stop Fresh and Zephyros. No matter what Zephyros' damage was on the Nexus and on turrets, it was just done for.
I do think for me, though, I still think St. Clair wins that game in the long run, right? Because, like, you put Ricky so far down by continually ganking him, he is going to start getting items for it. And then when he starts hitting, then, like, you have the trifecta of your late game ADC, your late game mid laner, and your late game top laner all doing insane damage. So I think even if it did get to that stage, I think it still would have been a struggle for uOttawa Garnet. And like I said, when they drafted this team, you don't really have an identity. You're looking for like an amazing Wukong W that's gonna hit a bunch of people and maybe a Viego R on top of it and a crazy RE pick with a charm, but like there's no identity that you're going for, and I think that really makes them struggle, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. One other thing is that this isn't I don't know how to word it. We actually got to see Zephrot and Barlow do a lot of the carrying this game, and I don't want to sound disrespectful to Ricky. That's my only
No,
fear.
I think the fact that it was kind of almost disrespectful that they were 3-man top. They were going for they just kept going top, kept trying to kill Ricky, right? Because like obviously a lot of teams we talked about this throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
Teams go in against Ricky and they try and force him to lose that top lane because he is the strongest player of St. Clair. We talked about that. He is. But Zephrot and Barlow can step up like they did in this game, and they can have amazing games as well. So you can't just go top and say, okay, we're going to take out Ricky, we're going to take him out of the equation. That's going to mean St. Clair's going to fall apart because you can clearly see in this game, despite the fact that Ricky's being consistently 3-man or 4-man ganked, like you're still having St. Clair winning elsewhere across the map, which is absolutely huge.
That's basically what I was trying to say, but I just didn't want to be word it differently and sound rude or anything. But like that was the refreshing thing about that game. Like we actually got to see how St. Clair would play without Ricky being extremely fed and having to carry the game not for St. Clair, but
which is really good because like realistically, St. Clair, obviously we're hoping they win this game. They will be playing up against the winner of this game is playing against Bay State next week Friday. So like for me, whatever team wins this one, you're gonna have to be on your A game because you're playing against the #1 seed. They gotta bye into next week. So St. Clair, I think they went to the NECC finals last semester and they lost against Bay State. So this is your chance to try and find some revenge here in the spring semester. As
we were saying last game, Saints were out for their revenge and they got it. They like put the nail in the coffin with that last play. We do see a LeBlanc ban again from St. Clair for uOttawa. I'm just going to assume that Oni plays a lot of LeBlanc.
I'm going to
And honestly, I just hate LeBlanc in general. She has so many different ways to escape, so much damage output.
She's a very versatile.
Take her out of the game.
Versatile, strong champion. A lot of uses. You can roam with it. It's really good assassin. It has a lot of uses. We're going to get uOttawa Garnet banning Caitlyn. So two of the same maids we saw in the last rotation here, taking that one away from St. Clair. And well, it'll be interesting to see. Do you think we see the Senna Tom, one of them at least, banned here in phase 1?
I feel like they should ban the Tom. The Senna, I feel like, didn't do as much. Like, okay, yes, Senna does have damage, but I feel like she didn't have as much to the point where she would have to be banned.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Is there a way, like, I guess Senna isn't really good to pair out. There isn't as many other good pairings with Senna in the support role. I feel like you can kind of play a couple different things with Tahm Kench just for the protection. Like you can't play Jinx or Aphelios with Tahm Kench. It isn't as good, but it offers you that protection, right? So
yeah, I'm thinking of it backwards. I was gonna say there's a lot of ADCs that go with Senna. I was like, what are you talking about?
No, I was thinking it the other way, but there's going to be a Volibear ban actually for uOttawa Garnet, so taking that one away from St. Clair. So we are going to see a different jungler for the Saints this time around.
One thing, again, that's the word that I always say whenever I'm casting. One thing, just one little thing, but the funny thing is that I literally just got LeBlanc Mastery 7 and I'm saying take her out of the game.
That is pretty funny actually. Do you realize because you've hit her perfect power and you're like, this is too strong. This cannot be allowed in League of Legends.
We do see another Pyke and a Nautilus ban coming through. Pyke came on, oh my god, I can't talk. Pyke was banned from St. Clair, and then Nautilus was banned from uOttawa.
Yeah, so what was the one ban from uOttawa that got taken out for the Volibear, I think?
Kayn?
Yes, it was Kayn. You're right. So Kayn swapped out for Volibear here, but St. Clair are actually going to opt to go for their jungle pick first here. They are going to go for the Victor. So something that we've seen Zephrot play a couple times. He's been pretty good on the Victor so far this season. But we have the Ahri up and available. Wouldn't be too surprised to see uOttawa Garnet will go for that one again.
But I feel like Victor does fine into Ahri.
Ooh. Jhin.
I love me some Jhin.
I do like some Jhin.
I love Jhin.
Very interesting choice here from uOttawa Garnet. Gonna swap over to that ADC. We'll see who he pairs that one up with. Has a lot of good ones, but we're gonna get the Wukong again here. So it'll be interesting to see. It can be flexed to top and jungle if possible. So we'll see where that one's going. But what do you think about this Wukong choice?
He played it well last game.
I think so too.
Respects to White Snow?
Yeah, White Snow. Yeah.
White Snow. Props to White Snow. He played that really well. He had some great engages for Saints that had them running.
I think, honestly, if the game would have been closer, the goal gap might have been smaller. I think those Wukong engages could have made a lot bigger difference in the game, right? Because there was multiple times in those last team fights he's finding 3-4 people on those knockups both times. So I think for me, if that goal gap was closer, if that game is a little bit tighter, definitely could have been more impactful. But St. Clair going to go back to Old Faithful, Santa Tom Kench.
They played it really well.
They did.
Honestly, I didn't think that with those champs you could be so aggressive bot, but Saints have proven me wrong.
I mean, you're playing into a Viego support, so you kind of Tom Kench a little bit tankier than Viego support. We are going to get the Corky coming through here, so a little bit more meta champions here for uOttawa Garnet so far. Looks like we'll be going into ban phase number 2 here, so kind of surprised Ari not going to be picked up by either team.
But we do see the classic Aatrox ban for our boy Ricky.
Yep. No Jax ban though. I haven't seen that one.
That's true.
Surprisingly enough, we are going to get the Gangplank man from St. Clair this time around, actually. So, interesting choice.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what ends up being the rest of the bans, because the last ban was going to be Corky, but they actually go for Udyr this time. Because I'm pretty sure Saints banned Corky last round, right?
No, uOttawa did on the second phase. They banned Corky themselves.
Okay.
It is going to be St. Clair's choice here. They will ban the Viego, so we won't be seeing a Viego support this game. Will be something else here. And interestingly enough, actually, uOttawa Garnet going back to, I believe it is red side for this game. So they did have choice. So
yeah,
interesting. They want to go for that last pick counter potential. We are going to be getting the Gragas here. That will be most likely a Gragas top lane.
Gragas top with Chemtech.
Yeah, that should be interesting. So we're going to get Wukong in the jungle then for sure.
Yes. But question is, I knew it. I was just going to say it. Why did it have to I knew that they were going to pick Kane jungle because I saw that the ban didn't happen. So I was like, okay, he has to play it. There's no way that he's not going to.
Will be the Kane picked up fresh.
But Kane is such a good pick for almost any team comp. Yes, it's situational, but it's like you can either go blue or you can go red.
You get to choose in game whether or not you want to opt into more damage.
He's the one jungler that I play. I don't play any. I play Kane? Evelyn. I play Evelyn, but also Kane. Because
Kane's a lot of fun. We are going to get the last pick here coming through. It is going to be a Gnar top for Ricky in this one. We're going to get the Jace for uOttawa Garnet. So Gragas probably going to go support. So all that we're going to throw it out the window. Different. We're going to get Jace there in the top lane. Wukong jungle again. So again, it's one of those like not super unorthodox picks for the support role, but it's not like your typical support pick. Like St. Clair, Santa Tom Kench, both games. We're going to get a Jhin Gragas in the second game. We had a Viego Xayah in the first one. So uOttawa Garnet in these bot lanes, just like they just play whatever they're feeling, I guess, or whatever. I don't really know. Whatever works for them. But regardless, there's going to be a Gragas support here. Maybe, you know what? I don't want to say it's Gragas support because we can see something crazy like we did last game, and it could be just in the ADC role. I kind of feel like it's going to be a Jace support. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know how that would work. I feel like that would just not really work that well into a Santa Tom Kench, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know.
Well, no, because Jace can poke them out quite a bit with his...
That's true.
I forget. Listen, Jace abilities are hard. There's technically 8 of them. I don't remember
what they are.
So, no, 7.
Yeah, the EQ. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the EQ in the range form. But regardless, it'll be interesting to see where this Jace Gragas end up. And I'm glad that uOttawa gives us a little bit of entertainment in these games. Definitely, at least entertainment in the drafts. Because it means we get to try and figure out where they're going. St. Clair, we know where all those champions are going. We don't have to worry about that.
We get to question ourselves.
Exactly.
We get to question our sanity right before we go into the game.
True. So, based on these drafts,
yes,
what do you think these teams' goals are for this game?
Okay, I feel like Fresh is probably going to focus bot and mid a lot because I can definitely see... I can definitely see him going assassin into this because you already have the Tom Kench and you have the Gnar who are going to be tanky. Senna from the build Barlow when he was on Senna last game, he ended up being extremely tanky by the end. So I feel like he's probably going to go with the same build. But here's the thing, would he go the same build or would he try to go lethality because it's a Jhin, so he might be able to take him out easier? Jhin doesn't have as much range as Senna.
It gives you the flexibility, but something like a Jhin Gragas does have a lot of damage built into it, right? So if you go for the lethality, you are going to be pretty squishy. You have the shield from Eclipse, but I think you are still pretty squishy in that way.
Well, that's the other thing. Do you think Gragas is going to go AP or is he going to go tank?
That's a good question.
Because tank Gragas is more meta right now than AP. But them being their own team where they're always going off meta things, I don't know what to expect. But what are your thoughts so far?
I think we're seeing AP Wukong in this game. That's what we're
I'm
definitely.
just,
I wouldn't.
just
it's
throw
funny,
it out
the
there.
funny thing is, I wouldn't even be surprised to see something like that. But here we are, going to be getting into game number 2. It is going to be the Gragas support in this one. Is going to be the Jace in the top lane. It is going to be St. Clair looking to take this series 2-0. uOttawa Garnet trying to even us up at 1 apiece to send us to a game number 3.
This is definitely going to be another interesting game. So far, like, there isn't even really a weird pick for this. Because Gragas, I've seen support Gragas more often than... Wait, what is this?
Oh, well, there's someone who's using the bathroom.
Oh.
Anyway.
I was so confused for a second.
Moving on, we are going to get Sprinkler using the Ignite here again in the bot lane. Going for that aggressiveness, we are going to see Tahm Kench. I don't remember, did he have Ignite or Exhaust last game? I think he had Exhaust.
Who?
FaZe. Or Fez.
No, I could have
Ignite?
sworn he brought Ignite.
He could have. I wasn't really
I think so.
paying attention. It was too much of a crazy game, too much happening across the map. But regardless, it is going to be both Ignites on support.
I will bet this right now.
Okay.
Fresh has first strike, he's going Assassin. $50 he's going Assassin.
Yeah, well, if you're going first strike, I think I agree with you. He's most
yeah,
likely
but I
gonna go
said it
Assassin.
first, so where's my $50?
Okay, I mean, I got it somewhere. Don't worry, I'll get it to you at some point. But it is going to be Ignite in the top lane for Gumby power as well on this Jay. So he's going to have a lot of laning power here against this Gnar, especially because in mini form, Gnar is so susceptible to this Chase, especially when paired with an aggressive jungler like the Wukong. Actually, fight here at level 1 is going to go towards Gnar, actually. Bone plating did help him out quite a bit in that fight. Oni going to walk up, do some damage. Zephyr going to trade a little bit. Oni going to win that trade as well.
Bot lane's going in for some trades as well. It looks like Barlow and Fez just come out on top of it for now. That's the thing, again, with Senna early game. She's just going to heal all your damage. I hate Senna bot lane.
With fleet footwork, too, it's wonderful that an ADC is doing that much healing. But,
yeah.
It is what it is.
It's just the phase of this game where you sit here and you're like, okay, what's next? Someone do something.
We're just waiting. Some standard pathing from both these junglers. We'll see if maybe Wukong does decide to go for that level 3 gank again. But that's going to be Yager in the bot lane. FaZe going to hit level 2. Going to pop the W here on a Sprinkler. Do some damage, but they opt to not go in any further. Level 2 going to pick up here in just a second for uOttawa.
Yep. It looks like... I don't know. They're playing really, really aggressive bot again. And this time, like, they can't really say that it's because they have a Viego support. It's just Barlow is out for blood right now. Any chance that they step up, he's getting ready to Q and auto them.
I think it's the fact that they're playing Tahm Kench Senna, which I think is one of the strongest bot lanes in the game right now. Like,
I
you
don't
have
see it.
so much sustain with fleet footwork, with Barlow's Q healing. Like, you can afford to just keep clearing waves, keep poking them out as much as possible, and you just keep healing up. So you see right now, like, Amlo is down to 300 HP. Barlow and FaZe are at like 3/4. Barlow, by the time he starts hitting this tower, he's going to be full HP,
yeah,
which is ridiculous. Jungler's going to meet here. Fresh actually is level 4 here. White's only level 3, so he will have the advantage there. Fresh going to keep attacking. He's attacking the right one here, but that's going to be a Jace coming in. Ignite going to come through. Fresh going to try and walk away. Dodges away from the Q somehow. White's still going to flash in as well. Going to get the Q. Going to find him there. Zephyrod is now in a bad place. Pops W here. Flash going to come through. Stun going to land anyway. Zephyrod going to try and flash away from Gumby Power. Gumby Power going to try and walk forward here. Reiki going to keep stacking that. Going to get towards Meganar here. He has a chance, but decided not to go in there. Whitestone. That is going to be first blood over to uOttawa Garnet.
Now, has Wukong always been able to jump over walls with his clone?
Yes.
Because I just noticed that today when I was against a Wukong.
Yeah. That is. I don't actually. Maybe in the rework it changed, but I don't know. It's been a while since he did get reworked, so I don't quite remember. But regardless, already a lead here for uOttawa Garnet, and I mean it looked like a good fight for Fresh. Just unfortunately, Jace has prio in that top lane against Gnar, and he was able to use it there to get over first, and that was kind of Fresh's mistake, is going for that fight when your top laner does not have priority. It
looks like there might be a fight mid coming up, or else everybody's just walking around, dropping their wards like they need to, making sure everybody has their vision. Looks like Fresh wants to go get scuttled here.
Oh no, Ricky gonna hop in here, gonna take a lot of damage there. Double buffs on White Snow, gonna do so much to help him out. Gumby Power gonna walk forward here. Nope. Stun not gonna land. Gumby Power gonna find a kill for himself there. Another assist over for White Snow, and now the top side for uOttawa Garnet doing some hammering on St. Clair.
I kind of feel bad because this is probably going to be the second game in a row where Ricky is just going to get completely bullied, and he's going to have to rely on the rest of the team in order to be able to get those kills and make sure that they can carry everybody else to victory. This lane looks like it's going really well down in bot. They're able to keep both Jin and Gragas at the turret.
Ricky, no. Back in top lane again. White Snow still with double buffs on top of him. Going to do so much damage here. Gun Power going to chip out here. Going to finish him off in White Snow.
Wow.
Going to kill Gnar. 0-2 already for Ricky in this game. And topside just completely taken over for the side of uOttawa Garnet.
Now this puts Fresh in a really, really hard spot because now he's going to have a really hard time ganking top, knowing that White Snow is going to be up there every single time that Ricky's in the lane. You can even see that he's on the minimap. He's at red buff right now. Yes, Gumby is taken aback right now, but by the time that he's back in lane, they're both going to be there and ready to get pick up another kill on Ricky. And that affects Fresh because how is he going to be able to gank? And also with bot lane pushing constantly, Barlow and Fez, he's not going to be able to pick up any kills there either. So we're probably going to see a very, very late transformation for Kane.
Is going to be Wukong purchasing the Sheen as well as the Warhammer. Lethality picked up for the Jace. So both of these champions going very, very heavily in the damage category. And Ricky going to have to keep playing on that back foot. Going to have to keep watching that river because he's just getting bullied from there right now. You see even Sprinkler up there ready to gank him. They know the Wukong went for the reset, but they didn't realize Sprinkler up here in the top lane. This could spell disaster for Ricky. He's got to be careful where he steps here. Gummy Power going to walk out.
No,
Sprinkler be here too. White Snow going to join again, and Ricky going to go down a third time pre-7 minutes in this game.
Wow.
They have just completely abandoned the bot half of the game, and they said, okay, we're going to go full on, just keep bullying top lane, and unfortunately Ricky paying the price in this one.
The thing that sucks is that Barlow and Fez, they're not at that point where they can dive Amalo yet.
Yeah,
so,
I think St. Clair does need to take this dragon, right? Because
they do.
if they're just gonna keep
look
at them, they're sitting in the tri-bush waiting for Ricky to walk up. This is like when you get an ADC in top lane and you just keep bullying. Oh, Ricky, he's gonna walk forward here. He's still in mini form. No. Try and run away, Ricky. Get to the tower. Try and survive. No, he's going to be bobbed, and he's going down again here. So Ricky a fourth time.
One good thing, though. Fresh did pick up a kill bot lane. Okay. So they kind of evened it out. They got their first kill for Saints.
I mean, it's only a 1k gold deficit, so it's not actually that big. And realistically, right, like, you want to try and get as far ahead as you can on this Jace early game. And like you see right now in the gold graph, definitely very far ahead of this Gnar. But you see also right now, Tahm Kench is significantly far ahead of anyone of Jin Gragas here. St. Clair looking to try and get this dragon as well. And I expect them to try and dive this Jin over and over again if they're going to keep ganking top lane. And it's going to become very split map.
Now, one thing is that I feel like when... if they're going to...
He's going to go for this fight?
If they make it, if Jace is fed, then I would prefer, if it's either Jace or Jin who's fed, I would probably prefer the Jace that's fed over the Jin. Because the Jin just has so much
They're
range.
Going for it again. Ricky does have Mega. He has Mega here, but the problem is his turret is going to go down here. Ricky going to pick up Mega. Zephyr here to help, actually. White Snow does have ultimate available. Going to try and hop out here. Clone going to be popped here. Going to flash over the wall. Going to be able to escape. And top turret going down here at 8 minutes. That is disaster for St. Clair here. Fresh going to collapse here. White Snow. No flash here, but stunned. Fresh going to get stunned up here. Going to ult through into the Wukong here, but he's going to be surrounded by 3 people inside of uOttawa Garnet. He will go down, and White Snow going to pick up another kill. 302 on this Wukong.
We also see that the Corki is already buying some MR, so Zephyr's not going to be able to do as much damage in lane anymore. So it looks like this is going to be a really rough game for Saints. Probably going to try and come up here and do a little bit of damage to see if they can cause a fight, maybe just pick up a quick kill. Nothing comes out of it though. Just some normal farming bot lane. We see Fez do a little bit of damage. It looks like he wants to go in, but can't decide. We do see the Jin ulti come out. It hits the first one, misses the next 2, and lands the last one. We'll see what happens. Nope, doesn't pick up a kill and is able to walk away.
He does have flash, but there is a shield for Tahm Kench, so
true.
Would not kill him. So he's able to just walk away there. But right now, gold about 2.5k in uOttawa Garnet's favor. And most of that obviously is going to be on the top half of the map. We already seen Eclipse built for the Jace, as well as a Divine Sunder for the Wukong Swiss champions. Very, very strong. Corki opting towards the Warhammer as well as the match resist item. Fresh can be down here in bot lane and catch out Amlo here. Amlo walking too far forward, gonna pop the heal, but I think he's dead regardless. No, actually gonna flash away from both of those skill shots, and Senna, not level 6 yet, cannot ult to finish him.
I did not even notice how far behind Barlow was in levels, well, until now. He just got level 6.
And he's opted to go for boots first as well, so St. Clair already realizing how much damage that this Jace and Wukong are going to be doing, has to go for that early defensive. And, I mean, Tom Kench already on the glacial...
Oh, wow.
Can't remember what that is, the item name for some reason.
Frozen Gauntlet?
Frozen Gauntlet, thank you. Zephyrock gonna flash out here. Sprinkler walking way too far forward in mid after Zephyrock. Gonna go down here. Barlow gonna walk forward as well, and bot. Try and pick up a plate. No, we won't be able to, but St. Clair gonna pick up a kill. Anyway, Gummy Power here in the jungle. He does so much damage right now. Fresh down at half HP. Gonna ult, trying to walk away here, but there's 4 members of St. Clair collapsing. Gummy Power, you are not in a good spot, my friend. Have to try and walk out here. There is a ward in Tribush. Zephyrock going to take the brunt of that damage, but won't matter. That's going to be shut down for him in the mid lane. Absolutely huge kill. Zephyrock now sitting at 2-0 on the victor.
That is perfect that shutdown went to Zephyrock of all people on the team. Honestly, it is. Because how much was the shutdown? It was only a 150 gold, but that can get them back into the game. Sadly, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say Prowler's Claw is now complete on Fresh as well, so we will have that extra opportunity to try and assassinate, because there are a lot of squishy members outside of uOttawa Garnet here. Ricky trying to chase Oni, won't be able to.
One thing though is that it sucks that, but Ricky's probably just gonna have to sit back. Jin's trying to ult Zephyrock here, firing wherever he thinks he could be, but Zephyrock walks into the bush and avoids all of them, luckily.
Yeah, and it's a good thing too that he walked down, because he was able to avoid that Wukong Gragas.
But is he able to avoid him now?
No, that's going to be him getting autoed, and that's going to be White Snow finding his 4th kill of the game. Wukong not doing too well in that first game, but he is turning up the heat here in game number 2. Barlow going to chase him out though, going to land the Glacial Oven. We'll be able to get that slow through. Fresh, trying to get anything he can done, but has to walk away from this fight. Frankly, we're going to try and walk away as well. There's 4 members of St. Clair here, and Dragon coming up here soon. It's going to be a team fight. Gummy Power going to be caught out here a little bit. Faze going to try and walk on top of very tanky Tom Kench. Walking to this fight, going to flash forward, going to force a flash out of Gummy Power as well. White Snow going to be able to dash away for the moment, but St. Clair actually going to force them out from this Dragon up in 40 seconds. So most likely a reset going to come through here for uOttawa Garnet. Or actually, no, Amlo going to try and force this wave up. This is very questionable now. They're going to walk away.
Yeah, one thing. See, I always say it now. I need to find another thing to say now. But Ricky, you can see how much he knows how to play top lane, because he's 0-4 right now. Still has tier 1 boots. Doesn't have an item. Doesn't have like much damage at all.
That's what feels bad when you're 13 minutes and all you have is a pickaxe and cloth armor. That's gotta hurt.
But here's the thing. He just made 2 people run for their lives because he just did his 2 jumps forward. That's the power he has.
Corky package is up right now, so he has it for the Dragon, but the key is he only has boots. He doesn't have any damage outside of that, so Corky package is not going to do that much. It's just going to be really good for zone control here. Ricky and Hawk going to ult 2 people into a wall. That's going to be a set ult on top of it. That's an insta kill for Zephyrock there. Only going to trade one back onto Ricky though. That's going to be a kill over for Fresh. He's going to go down as well, so trades on both sides, but that's going to be a Wukong walking in, going to catch all 3 members of St. Clair. Barlow going to stay alive. No, he's going to go down here in just a second. Second phase going to go down as well, and that is the power of a Fed. Wukong a double kill for the Corki, and that is going to be a fight 1 for uOttawa Garnet.
That was a great attempt by St. Clair. They were able to pick up 2 kills. Not sure exactly on who. I believe it was Sprinkler and Gumby there. So it did turn out decent. They were able to pick up the 2 kills, get a little bit of gold back, but they did end up losing the drag and actually got aced.
Yeah.
So it's like a 50-50, or more like a 60-40.
It looked like a really good fight initially here. Fresh going down. The problem was Wukong hiding on the backside, had that second charge of the ult, and that flash was absolutely massive, because if he doesn't flash forward there to knock out Barlow, I think Barlow can actually kite it out, most likely be able to take down White Snow, and maybe they can turn that fight around. Because he flashes in with that second ult charge, he's able to get that knock up through, get the slow onto the Senna, and will be able to win that fight. And now sitting at 5-0 St. Clair, you gotta start looking at some shutdowns on the Corki and Wukong to try and come back in this game, because Now you got the objective bounties.
This is definitely going to be a hard one for St. Clair to come back from. Fresh did pick up another kill in that fight, so he does have a little bit more damage. That's the one thing with Assassin Kane, though. It takes a little bit longer. Ricky's going to go in here on Gumby, face tank all sorts of damage, and hope that Barlow can land the CC. He doesn't actually, but Ricky gets the stun off, and it looks like they're going to be able to pick up the kill on Gumby with no issues.
Yeah, so that was
a little bit scary.
It was a little bit scary. They were a little bit lily. They were trying to wait for Ricky to get his Nar form through, and that's why the delay was so long. But it does mean they're going to have to give up top side, and Rift Arrow are going to be dropped there. 4 members of uOttawa Garnet going to be there as well. Going to just push this one right in. Going to get that second tier 2 turret. Might look for the inhibitor turret here as well if they can get it. Zephrod going to be here to wave clear a little bit. Oh, a nice ult on Gragas and force the flash to Zephrod immediately. But that's going to be a nice route on a White Snow. Going to be able to escape just barely. Yes, he will. Nar going to get a turret on the other side, but answer back, and Barlow and Zephrod very low here on the space defense. Zephrod barely going to live there. He'll be able to escape. Inhibitor turret going to go down. That's going to be phase jumping in here, trying to catch Sprinkler as he can. Sentinel going to come through. Sprinkler quite low here on the outside. Fresh maybe looking for this one. Has Prowler's Claw available. We'll be able to get that W, and he'll land the Q. Kill going to come through. Oni going to try and walk away, but no. Faye's going to swallow him up and spin him right back out into the waiting arms of Barlow. Picking up the kill. Objective bounty is going to fall off, and St. Clair going to try and pop another one. It's going to be Fresh coming in here on Amlo. So much damage on the Kane. Heal going to come through. Shutdown going to come through for the Tom Kench as well. And St. Clair going to be able to find 3 kills in that fight.
I was hoping that shutdown for the Corki would go to Barlow so he can get a little bit more damage. But Fez did pick it up. It's not the end of the world. It would have probably been better if the Senna did get it, just because of damage and all that. It actually looks like Barlow is going to go the same build as last game, right? Because Sheen does go into
Yeah, it does build into that, but interesting. It is tough, right, when you have 7 assists as an ADC, technically. Technically ADC, but it is tough, right, because you want to have those kills, as many as you can on that Senna. Try and get her towards that late game. Try and get that healing online. We'll be able to finish the Divine Thunder, so now all items completed for the side of St. Clair. Yes, and they're the gold actually getting to a lot closer to even. They're only down 1,500 now. So St. Clair definitely a really good fight there. The problem is, though, you have an exposed top inhibitor now, and that's going to be rough. 17 minutes in with an exposed top inhibitor. Like, you can just keep sending the Jace there, and he's going to have power over this Nar for quite a while in this game. So it's always going to be a side lane threat for him.
Yeah, the KDAs for both teams, it did go from, I believe it was like 5 to 12. Something like that, but now we're up to 9 and 12, so Saints are definitely making their way back into the game. They do, again, this team comp, they are more late than early, because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Wukong is more early than late, right?
It depends. With this build, I think he's kind of mid-game, to be honest.
Okay.
I think late game, he provides the CC, but he doesn't really provide a ton of damage. So he's more of like a mid-game than a late game. Late game, he just is kind of there for CC.
Yeah, Victor, though, Zephrod on Victor, though, is definitely going to be hurting later on. The longer this game goes, the more Zephod's going to be doing more damage. Yeah, that's the thing. Both Victor and Corki were kind of just like the main meta picks that you would see every single game. Because they were both so strong and haven't gotten nerfed in a while, but I think the last patch or the patch before that they were. Still decently strong, though.
Fresh gonna catch out Sprinkler here. Gonna ult through. So much damage with Sprinkler. Gonna live with under 50 HP. He's gonna dash into his death. Oh, no, sir. You do not want to hop over there. Goes down now a 5v4 on the map. Dragon up very soon. That is not a great thing for uOttawa Garnet. Package is available for Oni here. There is 4 members of St. Clair descending on him, though. They will be looking towards this Dragon. 4 members of uOttawa going to be there as well. Greg is going to be coming out of base now. Pretty quick respawn. I guess he is only level 7, so it is a pretty quick respawn here. We'll be able to get back out to his team before this Dragon has started. Fresh going to get poked out a little bit by the Jace.
Gumby is waiting in that bush, waiting for someone to come by for him to just one-shot, but I don't think Saints are going to give them an opportunity.
Fresh.
They really want this drag.
Fresh wants to go for the steal here. Going to try and 50-50 it. They will go for it. Wukong going to find it, though. Fresh going to chip out so much by Gumby Power. Going to flash away from that ability, though. Ricky going to hop in. Not going to find anyone with the CC. Jin going to set up that ult there. They're doing so much damage on the backline. Zephrod doing so much to them, though. And St. Clair going to absolutely wipe this fight. Take out 2 members. Gumby Power going to be hopping in that tribush, trying to escape. Fresh not going to find him just yet. Sprinkler and Amlo going to try and walk away. They are going to be able to escape for the moment. That's so much damage, though. Ricky flashing through, not going to be able to find the Q. He's going to come through. Sprinkler going to try and save his ADC here. Will be able to get the kill, but Fresh, that's a fast King. Going to try and chase out Amlo here, but there's going to be Gumby coming back. And that's going to be a shutdown for him onto the Kane. So an ace almost for St. Clair to get 4 there, but Gumby going to find the shutdown as an answer back for uOttawa Garnet.
Beautiful fight from St. Clair there. They were able to hold themselves in that fight for quite a long time defensively. Now Zephyra has a 450 gold bounty, Senna has 150 gold, and so does our support, Tom Kenj. I'm really curious to see what St. Clair has up their sleeve next. I didn't see their... yeah, uOttawa did end up getting the drag.
Yeah, they did end up finding that dragon. It is Infernal, which is going to be huge in this game for both of these team comps. A lot of poke, especially for these mid laners, so definitely will help them out a lot. And Gragas did end up going AP, so will help him out as well in the long run. But right now, St. Clair reclaim the gold advantage up about 1.5k right now at the moment. Turrets 4-2 in the favor of uOttawa Garnet, as well as Dragons 2-1. So pretty even game, I'd say, across.
Yeah. I would say what uOttawa is going to do next, they're going to try and get that bot turret like right now, unless Fresh is going to go in here and try and get onto Oni, but he's not able to close that gap in between them. Looks like they just want to try and pick up that turret in hopes that they can have pressure somewhere else, possibly to do Baron.
I think Baron right now would be a really tough call because you don't have a lot of consistent damage, right? Jhin isn't going to really chunk out the Baron too hard with only a Gale Force. Doesn't have the LDR completed yet. Fresh going to be here, going to spot out the Corki, but he doesn't know. Wait, what was that interaction? It doesn't matter. Fresh going to pop right out of that hole. That is going to be Senna. Popping the ult here, trying to keep his teammate alive. Will be able to do so. Sprinkler going to pop in here, going to be taking so much damage. Jhin going to set up the ult here. Ricky and Fresh not in a great spot. Ricky going to try and walk forward and get the Q. Not going to be able to land it. Fresh going to stay alive, but there's 2 members of uOttawa collapsing here in the bot lane. Ricky and Fresh going to go down here in just a second. Fresh going to try and get the ult onto what Oni does, but there's 4 members just sitting here waiting for him. Double kill for the Wukong, and they will be able to clean up that fight.
A good thing about that fight is neither of them had a bounty, so they were able to pick up the mid turret and possibly the top turret as well. You see Gumby going in and trying to get that second tier bot. We see the ADC running back to mid, trying to defend it against Fez there. I'm not sure what to expect next, in all honesty.
I think really good job for St. Clair there. I think it was, the fact that they're giving 2 kills away is unfortunate, but I think the fact that you're taking tier 1 mid and tier 1 top is huge for map pressure because you have a lot more options in how you place your wards. You end up opening up the map a lot more, especially because Baron is now available. I think that was essential that you give up 2 kills. Yes, it is 600 gold over to the side of uOttawa Garnet, but regardless, you had a little bit of a gold lead, so I think you could afford to give that away, give yourself some more map pressure, and maybe a fight here. Barlow going to see one here, going to cut out by the ward, but no, not going to go for the fight just yet. Sprinkler trying to defend that pink, but St. Clair not going to have any of it.
Zephyra did end up picking up a death cap on the recall on the reset after he did grab the first turret in top lane, I believe, is where he was. But there might be a little fight here. Barlow's going to land the root on Sprinkler there, but they're not going to do much. They're just going to walk away peacefully, try and get a recall off. White's nose backing.
He was backing. And decided, you know what, maybe not. And then he's like, yeah, you know what, let's back.
Do I really want to go torture Ricky again, or do I just want to go back to base?
He was thinking about whether he wanted to actually reset for this dragon or whether he wanted to try and get some wards down, but his support was not ready, so he's going to reset with him so they can clear out some of that vision that St. Clair might have around it. St. Clair looking to try and get some resets through themselves here sometime soon, set themselves up. I don't want to allow uOttawa Garnet to get that soul point. I think that uOttawa Garnet with an Infernal Soul, that Jace and that Jhin are going to hurt so much if they do end up getting that one. So St. Clair are going to try and find that one. And now with the Divine Thunder completed, almost a Black Cleaver as well for the Senna. I think she is going to be very strong in these team fights, as well as obviously the Vector with the Rabadon's completed. They're going to be doing a lot of damage in the AoE department.
No, Barlow,
no, you're taking too many steps forward. A shutdown. Over to Jace yet again. Ricky going to be here to try and cover, but he might go down before he can even ult. No, he does get it off here. Going to stay alive. All in the backline. Gumby Power going to ult by Fresh here. Going to do so much damage. He's down to 0 HP. No, he's going to live actually A beautiful ult there, going to catch out 3 people from St. Clair. White Snow going to find that kill. TPing him through as well. Sephiroth going to go down here in just a minute. No, FaZe actually going to save him, and Sephiroth going to find the kill with the other. He finds 2.
No way.
Sephiroth saved by FaZe. Going to try and walk away. Finds the blast point here. Going to try and walk away. Going to dodge away from the W. Gummy Power going to get the shield. He finds a triple, but he goes down. FaZe going to find another kill on the other side. Fresh still alive here on the back line. FaZe and Sephiroth doing absolutely everything for St. Clair. They get the ace, and they're going to get the dragon as well. What a play.
What I have every single good fight like this, I just end up having no words because Saints have pulled like such a great miracle out of nowhere.
That was absolutely 4,000 IQ from FaZe there, right? Like the fact that you're dropping the ult there, you found the 2 kills. FaZe, look how much disruption FaZe is doing on this backline. He got the soul on 2, and just Sephiroth saying, you know what, I'm gonna go Chad mode, able to take out that, even though we had an Eclipse shield going, Sephiroth's still able to find that kill. FaZe and Fresh able to team up and find that last one, able to get the dragon as well, deny soul, and St. Clair, from the depths of defeat, looked to be taking control of this game.
The other, like, it was like a 2,000 IQ play on Sephiroth's part. The fact that he turned around in that tri-bush just to be like, you know what, I'll take a death just to make sure Jace is not in the fight, so that then we can win this fight in the end. Plus, even so, he has a 300 gold bounty still, so it's like he's still good.
Oh, Barlow caught out again, though. White Snow going to find that kill. Does have to burn the ult, though, and he's going to go down here right in front of Baron. Sephiroth going to find that kill. Fresh going to go in the back line. Gumby Power going to take it out immediately. Ricky going to hop in. Going to get the ult onto Sprinkler here. Sprinkler going to go down, and Barlow going to get picked off again, but St. Clair going to find 3. Fresh and let some teammates tank up those ult shots. Ooh, one almost slipped by and found him, but will deny them for the moment. St. Clair going to back off, and a 3-for-1 for St. Clair again.
Beautiful plays all around the map, boys. Like, genuinely, like, it just shows all their effort that they put in. They love, I feel like it's more times that they like to go these late game comps, but it's like you can tell how much knowledge they have behind it because of how well they always play with it.
I gotta say though, Sephiroth is on another level tonight. Like, he is playing absolutely out of his mind on this champion right now. He played absolutely out of his mind on the Vigar. Victor looking just as good, and really has been the star player in these 2 games for St. Clair, and that is what you're going to need in these playoffs. St. Clair looked like they're going to start with Baron here. Garnet going to start floating towards it. They have a couple wards, but it is blocked off by control wards, so they don't know this is happening, but they have a feeling. They saw some people go in there. Ward is going to go down, so they know this dragon is being put down. Whitestone going to look, try and get an entry here. W not going to land, though. He's going to get that. No, he's not. Going to get stolen. St. Clair going to claim it. Whitestone going to try and come in, find anything he can, but all he's going to find is his death. St. Clair going to get the Baron and get out for free.
It would have been a really funny like joke if Fez stole the Baron again. Not stole it, but like killed the Baron.
I admit. But regardless, it is going to be uOttawa Garnet taking it here in the mid lane. Are trying to stand. A nice root actually going to land onto Jace there. Gumby Power going down instantly. Fresh going to pay with his own life. A nice W by FaZe. Going to land on 2 people. Going to take down 1 here. That's going to be Sprinkler. Going to pop the stop. Or Zanya's here. Going to stay alive for the moment, but no. Sephiroth going to take him down. And that is going to be 4 down again for St. Clair. And they've really just found their home here in game number 2.
We just gave props to Sephiroth, but we also had to give props to FaZe.
FaZe has been playing unreal today.
FaZe has like, I don't think I've ever seen him play like this, where he's just like, you know what, screw everybody else. I'm going right in the middle of everybody, and I'm just going to hope for the best. But it pays off.
100%. It is going to be 2 inhibitors down here on this Baron push. St. Clair going to back off, but I mean, they started off this game, they were down at a 5k deficit. Now they're going to be up at a 7k lead here. 2 inhibs down. Super Minions marching on the base right now, and St. Clair just looked absolutely in control of this one.
Lots of kills all around the map and lots of gold. I think, again, just like last game, uOttawa, they just had to try and get those objective bounties to get a little bit of gold back or try and get those shutdowns. But Sephiroth 13-3. Both games, he's had insane KDA.
These 4 items at 29 minutes. Like, that is ridiculous how far ahead he is right now. And I mean, for uOttawa Garnet, I mean, really, you got to try and protect your core team. He is the only way you're going to be able to win these fights. But right now, St. Clair, like, FaZe so tanky on this front line. He has 3 items right now. Like, he is that front line that you need. And right now, Nar just not doing what he needs to with that damage, but it doesn't matter because FaZe right there up along with him on that front line. St. Clair, look, they're going to catch out a few members here. Want to go for this fight. FaZe going to W win to 2 people. He doesn't even care. Ricky going to be caught out here in the bot side, but Sprinkler going to go down here, going to flash out ult as well, but they know exactly where he is. The minions are hitting him pretty hard here. He might actually go down to those minions. Going to heal up, try and walk out of here, but Ricky going to go in for this fight. Going to land the shot there onto Amlo. Amlo going to flash out, not going to matter. That's going to be 2 kills over for St. Clair, and that is going to be TP into the mid lane. Package to be forced to use here just for the wave clear. Fresh going to go in on Oni. Oni trying to walk away here, going to be forced to flash out as well. Fresh taking a lot of damage here, but he's going to walk out, going to flash out himself. We got White Snow going to look for the ult. No, he's going to be able to survive just barely with the Q heal from Barlow and St. Clair. Oh, White Snow going to go down to the E. The Death Ray from Zephyros, and that is going to be St. Clair marching on the base. This might be the final march for them in this series.
There's no way that St. Clair doesn't end here. They have 2 people. Well, Gragas and Jin are coming up right now, but I feel like it's not going to be that much of an issue. Ricky's just holding them in base. He doesn't care. Gumby goes in, flashes, and just completely nukes Zephyros out of the fight, but it looks like they're just going to close out and focus the Nexus here. And that will be
FaZe, FaZe. They got this. Nah, they're good. They got it covered. No need to worry. Another nail biter, but in the end, St. Clair going to take it and take the series 2-0. Absolutely wonderful stuff from them. And a couple unorthodox picks from uOttawa Garnet just actually bit them in the butt this time.
Yeah, I'm feeling the pain right now. My bad.
Definitely hurt them there. And I mean, really, St. Clair just Zephyros and FaZe found another level tonight.
I don't know what ignited that flame in them tonight, but it's like they just locked eyes on one person during each game, and it was like, you're coming down. There's no way you're making it out of this fight.
That was absolutely unreal stuff from them, and definitely not my expectation coming into this series.
No, not at all.
We saw how much they struggled against those unorthodox picks from that first series when they played them at the very beginning of the season. A completely different team they are now, and a completely different team. I mean, for me, I kind of feel like uOttawa stayed the same, right? They went for those unorthodox picks. They tried the same old. St. Clair said, no, not going to happen this time. And I think for me, it's kind of disrespectful that you're not banning out the Tom Kench of the Senate in that second game, because it really was the difference maker there.
Yeah, I can definitely understand what you mean, because that, I don't think they've played Senna Tom in previous games.
I don't think so.
Not to my knowledge. I don't know if it's to either of us, but it was such an unexpected pick from Saints, but it worked out so well. It's like they just played insane today, and I can't say how proud I am of them.
Yeah, it is going to be St. Clair taking the series 2-0. Going to be going to the semifinals next week against Bay State. A little bit of a revenge match we got going there. They already had their revenge on uOttawa. What is next for them? Hopefully we can see some more action. And I got to say, I really like the fact that Zephyros in this game and FaZe in this game stepped up. 2 members that I feel like in the second half of the season have kind of been lacking a little bit here. They got in the playoffs, and we saw actually the last playoffs in the NECC, Zephyros stepped up insanely. He had some insane core games, insane a couple of insane games on RE as well, but specifically in this one, we saw how good his Victor was. And I mean, for me, I want to see that more. You're going to need to bring it because you're going up against Bay State next, and they are undeniably the best team in the NECC.
From what we've heard and from what we've talked about, the Saints will definitely be up for a challenge next week. I can't wait for it. I really, really hope I don't work the day that the stream goes up, but I might. But other than that, great game all around. Well played to both teams. Saints did take the victory for the quarterfinals, and
got a few.
I honestly don't know what else to say. Other than that, Baron Steel was the best thing of the entire night.
Baron Steel was the best thing of the entire night, definitely. A few housekeeping things we want to talk about before we do go. Firstly, our sponsors, our wonderful sponsors here. Firstly, we got Crunchyroll. Newest sponsor came in September. Really appreciate you guys coming on board. You can get a 14-day premium trial for free at crunchyroll.com/change. They got a huge anime library for you to look through there. Funimation was just added last month, I believe, so you can take a look at that one. So Crunchyroll.com/Saints to get your 14-day premium free trial.
One other thing, John, I can't help but notice, other sponsors as well. We do have Tim Hortons, Subway, the SRC, St. Clair College Alumni Association, and I always forget the name.
Zekelman School for Business.
Yes, thank you to all of our sponsors for making us, for letting us and helping us create these awesome broadcasts to show to you guys. On another note, John, I really like that jacket you're wearing.
Thank you. I really like that jacket you're wearing,
Thank
actually.
you.
It's pretty nice. You can get either of these jackets or a whole lot of other stuff at acquire.ca/saints. You can get yourself flags, masks, hoodies, t-shirts, jerseys, crew necks, hoodies, whatever you want. Anything that you could think of that Saints.
Do you promise?
No, I can't actually promise that, but hopefully you can find it acquire.ca/saints. They got a huge library of stuff to look through. Make sure you go check it out. Get some merch. Cheer on these boys in playoffs. This is the big time. This is when they're making their mark, and you want to cheer them along with your Saints gear for sure.
Now, another thing, we do also have the Academy Recruit that is going on today. Saints are not just stopping at the varsity. We want to create different academy teams that have 50 new scholarship positions. All esports titles will be supported. Halo, CSGO, iRacing, and a lot more different things. Anybody is welcome. I honestly would apply to myself if I wasn't such a busy person all the time. And honestly, you should apply to a league team with me so we can both just meme constantly.
True.
But you can go and apply at stclairsaints.ca/join and give it your best shot. We want everybody to come and join us.
Do you think they have an Among Us position for Academy? No?
But we can make a team.
Yeah, true, it's actually true. But yeah, go make sure you go check it out. You can do !join in the chat as well if you want to go see what's up with that. But I think that's it. I'm pretty sure.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so this is going to be it for all tonight. Thank you all for joining us. St. Clair going to take the win in the series 2-0. Going to move on to the semifinals next week against Bay State. Should be a banger of a match. I know it was
so
super crazy last semester. This is a rematch of the finals from the NECC, so it should be an exciting match. But St. Clair going to take this victory 2-0. Definitely not one we saw seeing, but we were expecting, but definitely one we were very happy to see this week.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy with how everybody played today. I can't wait for next week. Again, I better not work. I swear to God, if I work, I want to go in sick just so I can watch it because I know it's going to be so good. But thank you again for everybody watching. I'm Kaylee Jappy. This is John. I'm not even going to try and say it.
Billabang.
Yeah, okay, there you go. But thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you next time.
There, Fresh going to keep attacking. He is attacking the right one here, but that's going to be a Jace coming in. Ignite going to come through. Fresh going to try and walk away. Dodges away from the Q somehow. White's still going to flash in as well. Going to get the Q. Going to find him there. Zephyrod is now in a bad place. Pops W here. Flash going to come through. Stun going to land anyway. Zephyrod going to try and flash away from Gumby Power. Gumby Power going to try and walk forward here. Out there. Only going to trade one back onto Ricky, though. That's going to kill over for Fresh. He's going to go down as well. So trades on both sides, but that's going to be a Wukong walking in. Going to catch all three members of St. Clair. Barlow gonna stay alive. No, he's gonna go down here just again. Second phase gonna go down as well, and that is the power of a Fed. Wukong a double kill for the Corki, and that is going to be a fight one for you all.
I really want this drag.
Fresh wants to go for the steal here. Gonna try and 50-50 it. They will go for it. Wukong gonna find it though. Fresh gonna chip down so much by Gummy Power. Gonna flash away from that ability though. Ricky gonna hop in and not gonna find anyone with the CC. Jin gonna set up that ult there. They're doing so much damage on the backline. Zephyrod doing so much to them though, and St. Clair gonna absolutely wipe this fight. Take out two members. Gumby Power gonna be hopping in that Tribus trying to escape. Fresh not gonna find him just yet. Sprinkler and Amlo gonna try and walk away. They are gonna be able to escape for the moment. That's so much damage though. Ricky flashing through, not gonna be able to find the Q. He's gonna come through. Sprinkler gonna try and save his ADC here. Will be able to get the kill, but Fresh, that's a fast King. Gonna try and chase out Amlo here, but there's gonna be trying to keep his teammate alive. Will be able to do so. Sprinkler gonna pop in here, gonna be taking so much damage. Jing gonna set up the ult here. Ricky and Fresh not in a great spot. Ricky gonna try and walk forward and get the Q. Not gonna be able to land it. Fresh gonna stay alive, but there's two members of uOttawa collapsing here in the bot lane. Ricky getting Fresh gonna go down here in just a second. Fresh gonna try and get the ult onto it. Only does. Zephyrod gonna find the kill with the ult. He finds two. Zephyrod saved by FaZe. Gonna try and walk away. Finds a blast point here. Gonna try and walk away. Gonna dodge away from the W. Gumby Power gonna get the shield. He finds a triple, but he goes down. FaZe gonna find another kill on the other side. Fresh still alive here on the back line. FaZe and Zephyrod doing absolutely good. Oh, Barlow caught out again, though. White Snow going to find that kill. Does have to burn the ult, though, and he's going to go down here right in front of Baron. Zephyrod going to find that kill. Fresh going to go into the back line. Gumby Power going to take it out immediately. Ricky going to hop in. Going to get the ult onto Sprinkler here. Sprinkler going to go down, and Barlow going to get picked off again, but St. Clair going to find three. Fresh. They have a couple wards, but it is blocked off by control wards, so they don't know this is happening, but they have a feeling. They saw some people go in there. Ward is going to go down, so they know this dragon is being put down. Whitestone going to look, try and get an entry here. W not going to land, though. He's going to get that. No, he's not. Going to get stolen. St. Clair going to claim it. Whitestone going to try and come in, find anything he can, but all he's going to find is his death. St. Clair going to get...
Are coming up right now, but I feel like it's not going to be that much of an issue. Ricky's just holding them in base. He doesn't care. Gumby goes in, flashes, and just completely nukes Zekrom out of the fight, but it looks like they're just going to close out and focus the Nexus here. And that will be...
FaZe! Oh, FaZe! Oh, FaZe! They got this. Nah, they're good. They got it covered. No.